Protecting a sense of normalcy. For years, the Prince and Princess of Wales have worked to give their three children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, as ordinary a childhood as possible, despite the reality that their eldest is destined to one day sit on the throne. According to royal historians, William and Kate purposely chose to delay telling George about his future as monarch, holding back until he was old enough to begin to understand the meaning of his role without losing the innocence of his early years. George has truly enjoyed something rare for heirs to the crown, a stretch of life where he could just be a child, noted one royal expert. They suggest that William in particular was determined to shield his son from the heavy expectations that often come with being born into the monarchy. The language of destiny versus duty. Those close to the family believe William is very careful with the way he explains George's future. Rather than presenting kingship as a burden, he reportedly frames it in terms of destiny, a word that carries hope, possibility, and choice. The term duty, on the other hand, is often associated with sacrifice and restriction, something William himself has felt acutely as heir to King Charles III. It reflects William's sensitivity, explained one commentator. He understands that the crown can feel like a cage if you're told too young that you have no other path. By speaking of destiny, he's helping George see it as an opportunity, not a trap. A father balancing two roles. At 43, William is not only preparing for his eventual role as king, especially as his father continues treatment following a cancer diagnosis, but also balancing the responsibility of guiding his son toward that same fate. Observers say he is equally committed to his duties as heir and as a father, carefully ensuring that George's introduction to royal responsibility is gradual and measured. Some insiders have speculated that William might even delay granting George the traditional title of Prince of Wales, should he inherit the throne while his son is still in school. The reasoning is to allow George to complete his education with as little disruption as possible and preserve a sense of independence before he steps into more formal. A new era of parenting for royal children. Unlike previous generations of the monarchy, William and Kate are intent on raising their children in a less rigid, more modern environment. This approach is a conscious break from the traditions that often saw royal heirs introduced to duty at very young ages. Together with Charlotte, now 10, and Louis 7, George has been growing up in a home that prioritizes family life, emotional support, and balance, rather than constant ceremony. William and Kate are showing that you can raise a future monarch with care, warmth, and space to be a child first, said another royal author. It's a more human way of preparing the next generation and one that could shape the monarchy itself in years to come. The Prince and Princess of Wales' quiet strategy reflects more than just a parenting choice. It signals a shift in how Britain's future sovereign may eventually view his role, not as a weight he must bear, but as a calling he can embrace in his own time.